Hello. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Got some sage here. Clear the air a little bit. Well, it's July 3rd. Here we are getting close to Independence Day. And isn't that something? I'm going to be shocked. I mean, people out there blowing stuff up, celebrating independence when we are in this state in the world. It's crazy. Hello, Rainbow Dragon. Thank you. Well, I thought I'd go live because we got some stuff going on. It is crazy. Like, we got a serious thing happening here. And we got a whole bunch of folks out there that are, man, they really want to, man wants to feel like a woman. These guys want to harvest a vessel, a container of a powerful woman in authority. It's crazy. Hi. And what's crazy is they're speaking right into the mind of the council house of the celestial, right? So it's like, it's so crazy because they're so accustomed to not being heard that I don't know. I don't want to admit it. Anyhow, I thought I'd go live, so we're going to go ahead and tap right in to see what the current circumstance is regarding the world. Apparently, there was a decision being made, and then they mentioned Venezuela yesterday. And then when I Googled Venezuela today, apparently they had like 2 7-point something earthquakes. I don't know if, I mean, I don't know what triggered the earthquakes, but apparently there's something going on. So let's check it out. They're not able to get what they want. You know, they need an intercessor. They need to save your energy. And God has stated that these people will not be getting what they need. That doesn't mean they're not going to try. Yeah, because it's the end. It's the end of whatever they had going on. Alrighty then, so let's check it out, shall we? Central energy, planetary circle. Ooh, what's going on? Justice. The law of cause and effect. Things are being made fair. Scales are being balanced in the challenge position. Hardship. Abandonment. So there could have been some kind of abandonment done by an emperor. Abandonment by an emperor. It could be that the abandonment, the struggle, is being made stable. We'll get more clarification. In the subconscious, it came out and it flipped into the reverse. The 5 of Swords in the reverse. We've got, a resolution. Somebody is being humbled. Recent past. You release the baggage, you crossed the river, you made a timeline jump, quantum leap, left a timeline, moved out of a house. Intentions and expectations, you left a circumstance. Oh, yeah, renewal. So retreat. It's time to renew. It's time to heal, gather your energy, recover from the trauma. And it's not like you haven't done your shadow work, but it's like it required a lot of work. You deserve a vacation. In the near future, Queen of Cups has a deep understanding about the crossroads. Perhaps people getting hung up at the crossroads. Page of Wands. Kept in a lower state. Like at the crossroads, people kept getting kicked out, and kept in a state of page. They weren't allowed to advance to become more. So, yeah. So this Queen of Cups has empathy. She knows what's been going on here at the crossroads. Keeping everybody at the, how did she put it? Not poverty, but lack. The lens is being looked through. Yeah, this is the end of a cycle. We're bringing an end to this nastiness. It's time to recover. Yes. In the environment, Seven of Pentacles, perseverance, harvest, reward. Hopes and fears. Oh, I guess they want me to take this one. High Priestess and abundant reward. Divine Feminine. Outgoing energy. Three of Cups, but it came out in the reverse. There's a disconnection. A disconnect from perhaps those who betrayed you with their collaboration. You may have made an offer to collaborate with somebody, High Priestess, and they betrayed you. So there's a disconnection. From those who betrayed the collaboration. They wrapped up the daughter, the mother, made themselves the man, went to war with the Divine Feminine. Who was able to alchemize. Could be a master alchemist. Electric. Body electric. Your waters are electric. Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to find out what happens on Independence Day, won't we? Woo! I mean, there's some stuff going on. Lots of restructuring. So justice is occurring right now. Fairness. The scales are being balanced. There's some restructuring happening all over the world. Goodbye. We got legal matters, and it's goodbye. They're challenged because they created a lot of hardship for mother and child while establishing themselves as an authority, built on their suffering and entrapment. Now he's got to get on down the road. It's too late. They're having massive regrets. It's too late. It's too late for them to make things right. It's too late for anything for them. This is the end of the fight. They're being humbled. There could be some kind of a reconciliation. They're being humbled. You're no longer going to fight with anybody. You're bringing an end to the conflict regarding marriage contracts. There will be no more competition between man and woman with these marriage contracts. What a fucking idiot, man. They marry the woman that they want to compete with and take the value out of her life. It's so crazy. Yeah, fake ones. So in the recent past, you've got the Six of Swords here. Moving on. Moving on. Blocking somebody's departure. You could be leaving something behind. Somebody's departure is being blocked. You're leaving the baggage behind and blocking their ability to contact you. Yeah, you're blocking their calls, their spam. It's time for renewal. You got to go recover here. It's time to recharge. You spent a lot of energy. You learned how to create energy, alchemize energy. It's time to recover. Getting readings. Queen of Cups has a deep understanding regarding what's been going on at the crossroads and keeping everybody in a state of depletion. They had been depleting everybody of their value at the crossroads and then knocking them down back at page level and then making them work. And you'd get up to the top to get your reward and they'd knock you down and take it. This emperor, he took the value and kept everybody at page level beneath him, backstabbing them, playing mind games with them. This is the end of that. Unexpected events. They're ashamed. Thank you for the gold coin. We've got Seven of Pentacles, so perseverance and reward. Hard work. You earned it. Whoa. So you get a reward. You get a family. A real one this time. Hopes and fears. High Priestess. High Priestess is source connected. She's getting an opportunity for some kind of a new beginning. She was innocent. She's getting a new beginning. Whatever it was that this emperor is having massive regrets about. High Priestess is getting a new person, a new family. Three of Cups and the reverse. No more collaborating with Mr. Massive Regrets. No more collaborating with the phony, trickster, illusionist. You're connected to source. It's very obvious. Somebody said the other day that he quit right then because God is da, 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 da. Yeah, God is with her. God is with whoever they were trying to attack. And now they're running away from a shitstorm, from a firestorm. Yeah, because of what they did with romance and marriage regarding people who actually loved themselves by painting them as a sex addict. Messing around with their feelings and their light with these marriage contracts. You've learned your karmic lesson of these single people that have been mirroring your value. God is fed up with this shit and you're going to get your wish. This fake person, this fake love spell, this fake busy spying on you from fake accounts are getting shocking news. Yeah. So those who tapped into your spiritual gifts, these third-party enemies, who was workplace affair sacrificing people with verbal exchanges, bumping heads, and then pretending that they were a spiritual guide, pretending to love when they actually hate. You're turning your back on them. And they're like all in their head about this toxic lifestyle, the memories of it that they tried to put on you then. They're being rejected when they try to put it on you now because we're closing the cycle of them stealing your honor while forcing you to process their karmic debt. They're drinking, they're heartbroken over this reckless sex, harvesting, whatever the hell, drinking a Coke because their true colors are seen and they're going to go through legal matters. They're being arrested. God's taken them out of the picture. They got to go. There's nothing ideal about their presence here among those who are actually have value and want to add more value to their life. They're not interested in backstabbing, mind gaming, or taking anything that somebody else has created or built for themselves. It isn't a competition with anybody except self, right? You want to add more value to your soul. You want your light to shine brighter. You know, and it all requires inner effort. Some people wear their value on the outside with $3,800 dresses and such. And some people wear their value on the inside. The true value that those people who wear it on the outside, they need what you have on the inside and able to afford what they wear on the outside. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So justice is being served. The law of cause and effect. You're saying goodbye. We're saying goodbye. The truth is known. You're a person of integrity. Look, we're saying goodbye to those people who are codependent. The people who are not in temperance, the people who have not mastered their light, their shadow, the people who require another person in their life to take care of them. They're not self-sufficient. So we're saying goodbye to them. We've got this emperor here in massive regrets for binding woman and child and then pilfering their spiritual identities and wealth. He's having massive regrets. It's just too late. It's too late. They're codependent. They've been sucking the life and the light out of woman and child, and then they've been professing themselves to be this big masculine, God or whatever. And they're absolutely codependent. They've been binding the powerful women and then sucking the life out of them. They're codependent. So goodbye, Charlie. We've solved the mystery. It's no mystery how you got to be an emperor. How many did you bind? There's no more puzzle. The illusion is broken. We're not going to have, they're being humbled. There's no more marrying and your enemy, right? You're not going to, there's no competition with your wife, with your husband. That's over. We're saying goodbye to that whole scenario. Codependent. They got to marry a successful person, and then they got to take them out and then siphon their wealth. That's the only way that they can do it, because they can't get a job. They don't want to earn what they have coming to them, or what they feel has coming to them. They're running away. So those people who were using this as a get-rich-quick scheme, they're running away. They might be giving up. I don't know. Because Six of Swords, yeah, you're moving a distance away. You're releasing that baggage, and they're being blocked. They're in eternal regret. Unspoken apology. They won't say anything. So it's time for renewal. Somebody might be getting readings. Torment. It could be that there's a recovery. It could be that whoever tries to get readings on you is going to be in bondage and tormented. They need to leave you alone. They're supposed to stay out of your energy. So anybody getting readings on you, they could be finding themselves deeply troubled. Or maybe you are healing from those people that had tormented you, those people who had abused divination to bring you trouble. Either way, take it as it resonates. Queen of Cups has a deep understanding of what's been going on at the crossroads and how everybody's been backstabbed and deceived and stripped of their value and then knocked back down to page status. Treating people like bedroom trash, siphoning their sacral, never letting them like rise up into the crown to be crowned. They kept them in the root and the sacral, kept them in mouse stage. This is the end of that. Somebody's feeling ashamed. They're embarrassed. An uninvited guest. There's a big change here. This is a moment of truth. They're surprised. We've got your hard work has gained you a reward, a new family. There could be some kind of a communication or a message coming in. A commitment, an oath, a pledge, a promise. High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, reward, prosperity, intuition. You've got a stable mind, a stable subconscious. These people tried to destroy your mind and they were unable to. So there's no more collaboration with the trickster phony and their crowd. They're going silent. They're going to leave the council house of this High Priestess and her new family. There's a cool down. God has said that the light or the sun won't show for them again, meaning they won't be able to siphon the battery, or replace you in the covenant or any of that. There's a cool down. Some time ago, they were talking about cryogenics or something. You solved the puzzle on why the roses, the females, have been single. Why isn't it, and the male? The rose, why is nobody coming together? Why is the rose not ever coming together with her person? Why are they always separated? Well, you solved the puzzle. This clown kept sacrificing everybody. introducing alcohol, opening up the mind, sacrificing everybody's consciousness. This clown. They were talking about hemi-sync, building bridges to other realms and such with the consciousness of the transmitter receiver communication system of the divine, right? Hello. So yeah, the sun is going down on the talent of this forgotten person. They're going to lose their abilities, and the scales are being balanced, and they're in trouble by the judge for this snake, this forbidden crime, this forbidden criminal activity regarding loving sacred union, and the lies and the deceit and all of that. They're in big trouble. There's reconciliation with the crown because you remained firm and your mind is stable. You're not drinking. You have perfect senses, even though they tried to destroy your mind. So there's reconciliation, and it's right here in the environment. It's coming up. Yeah. That's good. I'm going to use these ones. We got a lot of fellas out here, though, that are so angry. They're so mad. You know, they made commitments and stuff, and they've been paying their debts by binding the woman and child and sucking the light out of them. That's where he got his power, from the woman and the child. He's not a real emperor. He's not a real emperor. And you solved the puzzle, and it's too late. This person is having massive regrets. There's no more mystery. Where he got his power and what he did with that power that he did not have the authority to wield. I mean, the dude can't create the power inside of himself, and yet he was wielding that power without the knowledge of how to build the power personally and then manage it responsibly. He's a bigwig, though. Took action and hurt a lot of people. So we got justice happening. We're saying goodbye to codependent people who are not masters of the light or the shadow. Yeah. It's very strong. A very strong goodbye. Goodbye. There's a split between the codependent and the strong. So those who are weak, they got to go figure it out and become what they are. They can't continue to siphon people who actually do the work. They can't take 50% of a high value person's assets, because you know what? They got greedy. They took more than 50%. They took everything. Everything. They said women did not belong in heaven, when it was her energy that they were using to create a false utopia, to suck more souls in, to trap them. There's no more collaboration with them. They're going to go silent. They're losing their gifts. Stolen gifts. Gifts that they purchased or stole through entrapment of women and children. Yeah, incomplete. They were not able to complete this cycle. Massive regrets. It's too late for them. They didn't do the work. They were siphoning the rewards out of the women and children and pretending that it belonged to them. Extremely codependent on sucking the tit of this woman. Wow. You nasty ass. Are you fucking kidding me? This is you? And you've been walking around as though that is you, and you grew that persona by binding them. That's so fucking crazy to me, man. And the dude took pride in it. Pride. Dime a dozen. birthing person, child labor. Oopsie, pushed the wrong button. So we've got incomplete. They weren't able to complete. The mystery is busted. Dude, it's seen very clearly where he got his power from. He didn't do the work. And he's not completing the cycle. He took the strength from women and children. Yep, this is the end of this competition with the wife and child. This is the end of them siphoning the value out of these women and children, calling himself a successful man. Oh, they're angry about this. They hate women. They especially hate us. Oh, they're a failure. They failed. Due to the divine feminine's strength. Public disapproval. They may give up prematurely. Like they want to take themselves out. They want to... These people are being busted for filing death certificates on women and then torturing them and hiding them away while draining them of their soul value over their lifetime, keeping everybody away from them. So you're leaving that stuff behind and they are being blocked. All calls, all spam, all text, no telepathic stuff. They're going silent. They're losing their ability to bring messages, to yell through the channel. Dude, you're so... They have no class, man. There's eternal regret for what they've been moving through the minds of high-value channelers for source. Disclosure. They're going to be an eternal regret because what they've been doing is being disclosed. They're being blocked from everything and everyone. They're very, very angry. They want to take out this high priestess. They're talking to their people. And if it's the last thing they do not want her having this opportunity. There is rest and renewal here. There could be... Yeah, rest and renewal. You're recovering from those people who were abusing divination and tormenting you in a so-called competition. When victory is achieved at the expense of others, it diminishes all involved. They were in competition with somebody that did not know they were in competition. They were in competition with somebody that they had vowed to love in sickness and health. And that till death do we part thing, they were sacrificing and then replacing them with a doppelganger so that they could continue to pull off of this spiritual celestial gold, right? Crazy. So they're a failure and they have failed in their competition. You're recovering after those who abused divination to torment you in this competition. Queen of Cups knows what's been happening at the crossroads. This backstabbing business of the gatekeepers, throwing everybody down, keeping them at page level, treating them like trash. You've got a victory. You've got a victory over this trash. You've got a victory over this backstabbing trash, or over this backstabber treating you like trash, or telling others that you had been trash, prostituting your energy. You have a victory over it. Your will is strong and your path is clear. This is the end of them mistreating you. This woman is ashamed Uninvited guest. Uninvited guest, a copycat. She's been busted up there in your home wearing your identity. It's been going on for a very long time. These people, it's not going to end well for them. Because they already spent the prize and now they got to go earn it. They already spent the reward. Now they have to go earn it legitimately. You're going to get rejuvenation. The uninvited guest is ashamed. There's a big change. Hope is renewed after a period of adversity. The future is bright with new possibilities. And you're laying the foundation with discipline and routine. True success requires consistency, steadiness, steady investment. So there's a rejuvenation of actually earning your reward, earning your gain, not just being a planetary pirate thief on unsuspecting people wondering why life is so damn hard. So in the environment, we've got perseverance. Due to your perseverance, you're going to get a reward, and your reward is a new family. There could be some kind of a communication coming in regarding a commitment. We've got catharsis. You're becoming aware of the mental patterns causing your pain. Self-forgiveness is medicine. So you're forgiving yourself. You're not having any anxiety regarding this commitment. You're forgiving yourself regarding what occurred here. It wasn't your fault. High priestess, high value, sixth sense. What's going on here is, in this woman's mind, is high value. She can take dense energy, death energy, and alchemize it and then utilize it to bring healing. So these people have been siphoning the energy out of divine feminines and the children that come from them in this way. They've been taking the power and they haven't been using it for healing. They haven't even been using it to bring wealth or well-being to their community. Spirit's chuckling about this emperor. Discernment. So you got discernment. The high priestess is here. Intuition, higher power, clairvoyant, stable, ace of pentacles. We've got intuition, discernment. You're right on the money. And by the money, the ace of pentacles. Like whatever wealth of information you're bringing, it's accurate. So there's no more collaboration with this trickster. You can see very clearly what he's been doing with the women and child. They've been binding them and draining them of their spiritual identity and wealth. They've been making war with the celestial realms, posing as a successful emperor, and they simply are not. There's no more collaboration with the tricksty illusionist who has been trapping people in a fake utopia built on their trapped energy. They're going to go silent. They will not be able to talk to anybody, and they will not be able to mess with your mind anymore or project in their own, whatever it is, their personality. Moderation. Extremes in behavior or mindset are disrupting your peace. Find the middle path. So they're going silent. Moderation. And then we've got unmotivated. If the work feels meaningless, it may be time to reassess your goals or environment. Yeah, so there's going to be, moderation. So there's going to be like, the extreme imbalance and the sloppiness and mediocrity. So those who are sloppy, those who do mediocre work, those who bring extreme imbalance by binding people, hurting them, and all of that, they're going to go silent. The phony, trickster, illusionist has lost their opportunity for collaboration with the true high value people. They're going silent. Yeah. So yeah, their silence is happening for those who have extreme imbalance and sloppy mediocrity. In other words, people who don't want to add value to their own soul or become a better person, they want to or advance up the spiral. They just want to kind of hijack others and then say how great they are because they are masterful pirates or whatever. They're going to be held accountable. The procrastinators will be held accountable for what they have done here. They've been putting off their karmic debt for centuries, and they got to leave you alone when it comes to your love, your new love. They got to leave love alone. They're going to do it alone because they're being blocked from love because of what they've done to love. These stubborn jackwagons are going to be there. They've been stuck in a pattern of repeating mistakes and failing to apply hard-earned lessons. They've been bringing tension into relationships. And then they've been harvesting people. And then criticizing people. Innocent people that they themselves had frustrated by being baneful and malicious. So you're sharing what happened to you, and the fact that you were so generous, and these people kept sacrificing you in the spirit, even though you had been so generous with them. They were trying to prevent towers. More. They needed more so that their life could remain stable, and they kept taking. Gluttonous cowards is what the mother calls them. You resisted the corruption and the injustice of being unfulfilled, these promises, these rewards. Yeah, they're going to be treated with harshness and stopped. Love. So that's justice. Justice and fairness are happening. We're saying goodbye to those people who had been putting fierce, independent women, strong women into South Node, and then siphoning their suffering. Tormenting them. So we're saying goodbye to this fake emperor that got off on tormenting women and siphoning her strength, her courage. That's all they ever talk about is the first thing I'm going to do to her. Oh, they have fantasies about that. They love torturing people, women. They've been doing it for centuries, man. They're not real men. They're not real men. They're this uninvited guest that came in someday and then started copycatting everybody, playing games with the celestial realms, trying to win this heavenly war or whatever. Magician. This person needed the power of the woman and child in order to be a successful magician. Thank you for the sparkles. This person needed the power, the strength of the woman and child in order to be a successful magician. He's not able to complete what he did. It's seen what he did, who he is, how he got his damn freaking power, who he hurt in order to get it. He's not a real emperor. He's trying to compete with the celestial realms by abusing the celestial bodies. Attacked. Make your move. They're not able to complete something. They got attacked. You made your move. There's no more marrying your competition. This masculine does not love women. They hate women. They were trying to exterminate them. Especially the Lyran women. Copycatting them. They have failed. They are a failure. Because you are grounded and protected. So you're grounded and protected. You're grounded into the Mother Earth, the big, massive energy of the Mother Earth, and you are protected. And they have failed. They are a failure. You're leaving that baggage behind. They are being blocked. They are in eternal regret and sorry for what is being disclosed here. What they have done is seen. It's too late for them. They're being attacked. You made your move. You're not repeating any past lives. You've disclosed what's been going on in past lives. You're not repeating them again. Everybody that did anything to you in a past life is going to be eternally regretful. You're going to be recovering and getting a renewal after those jackwagons getting readings on you and then tormenting you, competing with you. You're getting a renewal. There's no competition. God, this is so ridiculous. I can hardly believe that people actually abused divination like this. Memories. Competition, memories, many lifetimes of bondage and depression and abuse. Queen of Cups, a loving divine feminine, knows exactly what's been going on at the crossroads regarding these gatekeepers backstabbing and playing mind games, shattering hearts of people who are loving and then knocking them back down into page status and treating them like worthless bedroom trash. They have been telling everybody that the woman and child is worthless bedroom trash. You've gained a victory over this projection. Or you will. The past. You've gained a victory over the past. Which means you don't have to do the karmic cycle anymore. You learned your lessons. So you got a victory over the past, over this backstabbing, pain, cheating, gatekeepers kicking you out, stripping you of your value, your honor, and making you do it again while casting the illusion off of the harvested energy that they pulled off of you while they had you bound. This is so freaking sleazy. For this nasty ass man to walk around like he's a fucking emperor when this is how he's doing it. I imagine God is looking at this person like, what the fuck are you? You actually been running around here presenting yourself as a fucking authority. For thousands of years, he's been doing this. So this is the end of this shameful, uninvited guest. I'm messing around with you. We've got hope is renewed after a period of adversity. The future is bright with new possibilities. It's going to be steady and stable. Serious business. Because this isn't a game. This isn't a fuck fest, you know? This is creation. And you want to make a beautiful creation. You don't want to drive it into the freaking toilet. Yeah. So, I'm going to put this back because I don't know how the heck that came out. Let me just do this again. So there's a rejuvenation, a steady foundation. Nothing is going to be hidden. No more games. You're either serious about creating life and generational wealth, or you're just consuming it. And, you know, creators don't have a need to share space with those who are consuming and not contributing. So there's a reward here. Your reward is you're getting a new family. There could be some kind of a communication coming in regarding this commitment. Catharsis, you're no longer having any kind of anxiety. You're aware of your emotions. You're aware of your mental patterns. And you're aware that self-forgiveness is medicine. Thank you, Dara. Grateful. So the High Priestess is here. She's got high value connections to Source, upper dimensional space, Ace of Pentacles, and the intuition. She's got perfect discernment. The ability to make realistic messaging or choices. She sees reality. She's not out here dreaming up, well, I think da-da-da-da-da-da. No, she sees clearly. She's got high value soprano source connection. Perfect clarity. Whoa. Stranded. So she's gained discernment while she was stranded. She sees clearly. Thank you, Marilyn. Oh, wait, catharsis. This goes here. Catharsis. So you're no longer anxious about being alone. Like, you're not anxious. You're while you were alone, while they stranded you, you became aware of the mental patterns that were causing your pain. So you became aware of what thoughts were yours and what thoughts were being pushed through your receiver, your communications device, your mind, with these towers, attempting to bring towers to your mind. So you're no longer anxious about it. You're not afraid to be alone. When you were alone, you did the work and you know thyself. Yeah, so High Priestess has discernment. The messaging that she brings forth is accurate. She's not out here winging it and telling her opinion. It is source-connected truth. And we're getting something, we're laying something to rest. There's rest and recovery. You have discernment regarding what to do to recover from something. Number 38. So through your experiences here, you've gained discernment regarding how to rejuvenate your solar power and your mental faculties. And you can utilize that information to share with other people and to bring about health and well-being for the mind, for the body, for the waters of the body, and for all of that, the emotional body, for everything that these people, the assault that they've been putting upon the auric field of people, you know, the toroidal field, our energetic structure with the frequency wars and all of that. So there's no more collaboration with the trickster phony. They're going to go silent because they are extremely imbalanced and they have sloppy mediocrity. And they've been stealing this incredible power and they've been utilizing it with sloppy mediocrity in the extreme imbalanced way, calling himself a fucking powerful emperor, a responsible person, and saying how the mother was irresponsible. Jerk. You're making your move. There's an attack. And we've got inspiration. He's got mediocre inspiration. There's no, there's nothing to strive for. I mean, they're not a good example. They haven't really made anything of themselves except a binding sorcerer, thief, or whatever. People have appreciation for your patience, your temperance, your sharing, your caring, your beauty inside. Makes everything outside beautiful. Your strength, your abundance. These people in these costumes have opinions about your strength and your abundance. They like to hurt you. There's a circle of joy for the healer. The healer could be surrounded by a circle of joy. People might be joyous around this. You childlike balance. You're innocent. Powerful light, powerful shadow, beautiful all the way around. Probably smell good because you've got that flower there. So we got the shadow contract in the secret garden of the high priestess, belonging to devils wearing masks, listening, gatekeepers listening, while you were trapped in isolation. What you learned in this space while you were listening to the gatekeepers at the crossroads allowed you to make an offering, speaking up, bringing life and light to what's been going on. And now things are falling apart because you've experienced a rebirth, the caretaker of the secret garden. There was a death and a rebirth of the caretaker, and you're back. The teachers are putting up boundaries around you, around the secret garden. And there's forgiveness for what these people were moving through your mind while you were asleep, these religious people. There's forgiveness for what they were moving through your imagination, your mind, when you were asleep. Because it is clear that you are a loving, self-caring person. You had to rewrite your mind, your love. You've been heartbroken. You've gained a lot of knowledge around all of this stuff. There's a whole community uneasy about your protection. You're coming home, and there's a lot of people here who are very opposed to it. They're here strategizing on how the hell they're going to get themselves into your vessel. And they're concerned because you are identifiable. If they try to put any other energy in that vessel, God's going to know. And if they even attempt it, they're going to have to, I guess somebody tried recently. They said they had to back off right away because God is with you. They're like, oh shit, they got busted. They're probably not having a good time right now. Got themselves in trouble. I'm going to go ahead and pull one of these big ones here. It's winding up. It's really hot. I mean, these guys are coming in. This is right about the time when they'll do a 3D thing. It's right about the time when they're going to do it. Because these guys, they're going to be taken out of their container, or they got to harvest more soul. And I just don't think God's going to let them. Not this time. God's claimed all of those people with the inner sun. The celestial children, whatever their age is, right? All right, so justice is here. We're saying goodbye to those people who had flipped into South Node, powerful, independent females, to use their strength for magic. This emperor who had been doing such things is just too late. He's having massive regrets. The mystery has been solved, and he's not going to complete this cycle. He's been attacked. You're making your move because you found your strength and you bounced back from whatever this magician was doing. You're making your move. They're getting attacked. This emperor, this fake emperor, this soul harvester. They attacked your family. He attacked your family, your celestial family. So this dude's been binding the woman and child. Could be the queen of heaven and the daughter. Ooh. And he's been using that energy to do magic. He's challenged because he used that energy to attack your own family, wearing your identity, moving shit through your head, fucking with other people's minds. Oh, man. You've been vindicated and you're getting a new family. Whoever this is, they're in trouble. You're protected by Mother Nature herself. They have failed. They have failed. They fell into a trap. They fell into a trap. They failed to trap you. You're leaving. They're being blocked. You're not repeating any past lives. This is it. Your disclosure has learned you a ticket out of here, regardless of what they feel about their successful desecration of your temple. You were innocent thousands of years ago when they deceitfully convicted you of a crime and then tortured you to death. And you've been innocent ever since then. These filing of death certificates, replacing you, siphoning you, hurting you. Everything they did to you is going to be done to them now. And I don't know if it's probably going to be amplified because they weren't just doing it to you. They were doing it to many. So if you were a target and they had 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 targets, a country, I don't know. Okay, but that's like times whatever, however many, man. That could get really bad. You're not repeating the past lives. Your twin flame is giving an ultimatum. Your twin flame is giving an ultimatum to this third-party enemy teddy bear PDF file F-tard. They're getting the shit kicked out of them right now. You will recover from the torment that those people who were misusing divination tools in order to compete with you in the past. You're recovering from that. You will recover. The intention is that you will. Whoa! And these people who were manipulating you, driving you into failure, that failure is back on them now. They failed to cause you a failure. And now his partners in crime are really pissed off. So he thought, oh yeah, we'll just fuck her up real good. And now she, who's been wearing your energy and your identity, is choking him out. She's like, you prick, you told me. It's like, girl. Yeah, well, he failed. Fell into his own trap. Your twin flame is giving them an ultimatum right now. Queen of Cups is a loving person who knows the truth about what the gatekeepers have been doing, knocking everybody down, backstabbing, mind gaming, deceiving, and then kicking everybody back down into page status and using them like bedroom trash, prostituting their energy. You've gained a victory over these jackwagons of the past, these religious jackwagons of the past, using you like trash, your energy. They cannot gang RAPE, a little girl, sacrifice her, and then use her lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, claiming that she's a prostitute. What the fuck evil kind of shit is that? So they're going to be distracted. They could be having car accidents. Peril is very close. This is the end of these uninvited guests pretending to be you. They're embarrassed. You're receiving a renewal and you're laying a new foundation. Nothing is hidden. You're no longer afraid. You're going to lay a foundation that's free of the need to be afraid for your children getting nabbed by PDF files. Money worshippers have been revealed. No more hidden, oopsie. So they can't hide. So you're going to create an environment that is safe and the foundation is going to be very firm. These money worshippers cannot hide. They're not going to be able to hide. They're not going to be able to come in at the midnight gremlin harvesting. The midnight gremlins coming in to harvest the sacral chakra, the midnight orgasms, the whatever the hell, you know, faking freaking marriage contracts by giving somebody a dream time orgasm. It's sick, actually. How sleazy can you fucking get? This emperor giving a woman an orgasm and then binding her and her child so that he can, what the, no wonder I have no respect for these leaders. Man, this is what they are? They're not leaders. They have no qualifications. They just have brutality and some baneful projection skills. So you're coming into a new reward. You're getting a new family. You could be receiving some kind of communication soon about a commitment. You're not afraid of being alone. You became aware of your mental patterns. You know what belongs to you, what doesn't belong to you. You know that they're doing to others what they're doing to you. If you can fix the situation in your own mind, then you can help others do the same and fortify so that these nasty asses can't mess with their consciousness and climb that little ladder and then create little timelines to hemisync you and bind you to the freaking shadow. No, you're going to be able to see that. So you're not afraid of that. You're no longer having anxiety around it. You're not alone in this storm. You could be a lifesaver. You could be a lifesaver. bringing an end to this, bringing an end to this mind effery, to this false conviction of personality that we have been forced to wear by a principality using their towers to broadcast it through our mental body and then bring us a tower, a spiritual tower, while we get knocked back down into page status because of the illusion that what they were running through our mind actually belonged to us. They are. Small Jack, yes, they are. So the High Priestess has Ace of Pentacles reward for the sixth sense. And the intuition, the subconscious, all of the clairs, all of the levels of clairs, the heard in the mind, and then the unheard of the soul, right? And it's discernment. It's very accurate. Putting a rest to this, bringing renewal to everything, bringing awareness, disclosure, proper disclosure about this jackass and and the fact that he's a false flame. The fire that he's holding doesn't belong to him. He's been siphoning out of women and children. They could be getting laid to rest for that. Yeah, there's no more collaboration with the phony trickster illusionists. They're going to go silent for being extremely imbalanced and sloppy, mediocre inspiration. Yeah, there's no exit for somebody who has sloppy mediocre. They got to do it again. They got to figure out how to become a master. They haven't mastered themselves. They've been sucking the life and the mind out of masters or potential masters. They don't care how young you are. If you got a card reading that said you're going to come into being somebody, they attacked you and sucked and broke your covenant and took credit for it, took identity. These people with guidance from above, oh, you got guidance from above here. So you have guidance from above, open connection to source, clarity, and you're receptive. You know about this phony baloney who says he's the only love in the union regarding a contract. You know about that. Divine Feminine's been like, help me, help me. She's been bound forever. And now these jackwagons are getting a rejection for what they have done to their contracted partner, binding them in a trap and then sucking the life out of them. Isn't that something? The walls are closing in on Mr. Successful. They could be drinking. And it could also be your long-term discipline and choosing sobriety that has earned you this new family. You're stable. You're loving. You've brought a load of information and knowledge on how to overcome it. Your distant twin is here. And there's celebration. Because those who were consuming the wealth, the power of you while throwing the love away are going in the shredder for gambling you. There's a warning here. A warning for anybody trying to escape. Those who are trying to escape by forcing you to push love up that hill, man. Danger is approaching them. They can see it coming. Or anybody who tries to spy on you at this time will be attacked. And they cannot undo what they've already done with their small offer, stealing your honor. God's here to show them differently, small jack. They got some forces, you know, but whatever. So those who have been gossiping about you are going to get an unexpected surprise, an unexpected event. For those who were mimicking the value of the gift, this high priestess, they made an unfair assessment of who she is, and now they're going to be malfunctioning. Yeah. PDF files are going numb, drinking to numb themselves. Your person's coming, delivering a fatal freaking blow for making you do it on your own. And the fact that you did, the fact that you are independent, the fact that all these people that were supposed to be on your side decided to try to assassinate you, man. Now that fatal blow, that attempt, that effort, that intention is coming back to them. That's real bad news. That's real bad news. Because they were using an oath to get petty gains. Oh boy. And your channel is being promoted. You broke through the barrier, the sixth sense, and you've got perfect discernment, source connection. And now these people are being overloaded by those connections, and they're going to prison. They overestimated the return, underestimated the risks. They missed the deadline for their intercessor. God said they would. He said, oh no, you're not going to get what you need. This is the end of that. God said, no more will the sun show for them. Interesting. Yeah, look at that. It's glow up time. It's glow up time. They cannot take your stuff anymore. They want it. They want to do a 3D thing, and they've done it many thousands of times before. Anytime you got to this stage of the game, they would come in and do a thing, but you got a new family now. It's not the old family, so it's going to be different. God gave new covenants. So, you know, you were able to yield and bounce back. You're still hurting about this, you know, but it's over. It's like you were able to adapt and overcome. You might be still hurting. The reality of what this emperor was doing to the women and children is crazy. It's too late for this dude. They are having massive regrets. The illusion is broken. They didn't complete any damn thing. You're making your move. They're getting attacked by your family. You're free. Whoever your new family is doing away with this. I'm speaking in spirit. There's all new, like, tribal formations. Like, there's new tribes being gathered in in the spiritual realms, and then as soon as all of this gets, the wealth and the authority and all of that gets redistributed, and these pests, these rat bastards, as I like to call them, who have just been rummaging around in people's kitchens and kind of nesting and burrowing and making trails and stuff like that in the forest floors. Yeah, they got to be found and they got to go away. You remain grounded. You're protected by the Mother Earth, the power of the earth, the mother. And these people have failed against you. They fell into their own trap. The mask wearers failed. They fell into their own trap. This is the end of the competition between men and women and their feminine sex, whatever, magicians. Excuse me. You're leaving it behind. Their messaging is being blocked. They're in eternal regret for about the disclosure. You're no longer going to repeat past lives. This is the end of it. Twin flames delivering an ultimatum to the third-party enemy who was routinely teddy bear PDF filing kids. They lost you. They lost the divine feminine. This is the final straw. Divine feminine no longer wishes to support this messed up freaking siphoning system, this imbalance, this emperor tying them up, binding them, and forcefully extracting everything of value from them and then wielding it to punish them. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're going to recover. And those people who were getting readings and tormenting you in this so-called competition of the past are caught in tensions now. They were manipulating you, driving your car, and now Jezebel is choking them out because everything that they did to you is going to be done to them. I bet they would, Sindin. Yep. The third party manipulator. The third party manipulators are getting delivered an ultimatum by your twin flame for rejecting you. For replacing you, and the one that he replaced you with is choking him out because every tormented thing that they did to you will be done to her. It's not going to be pretty. She's not going to enjoy it. Game over. Yep. So the Queen of Cups has emotional balance and a deep understanding of what the gatekeepers have been doing at the crossroads. Backstabbing people, knocking them back down, keeping them in a page status so that they could trash their sexual energy. These are religious people from the past. They've been doing this for many, many lifetimes. You have gained a victory over this. And now they are distracted by whatever it is that's coming for them. Yeah. They're distracted and they won't see it coming. It won't make sense to them. They're losing their senses. They're losing their senses. They're going to be constantly distracted. And they won't see it coming. It's going to be a surprise. Close calls. Yeah, they're going to be constantly distracted by dangerous situations. Tumultuous situations. So this is the end of these guilty, uninvited guests making trouble for you. There's a renewal, a rejuvenation, and you're laying a new foundation of discipline. There's these money worshipers will not be able to hide in. They're going to be stuck in a loop. They got to go round and round and round and round and round like they did you. Because it's no longer hidden. And you remain steady. You mastered yourself. And they couldn't do it this time. So you're coming in. Your reward is a new family, which should be coming in. Communications should be coming in soon about this commitment. You settled. While you were alone, you discovered what thoughts were yours, what thoughts were others. You may have had to reformat the highways of your mind. You're a lifesaver. You're not alone in this storm. Salvation is here. We've got unsent messages holding back. I still love you. You were sending messages and they weren't getting through. They blocked you off. It could be those that had hidden your messages of the previous many lifetimes. to keep you separate from your person, or to let people know what these people were doing. You were trying to ask for help, call for help. They blocked your messages. They blocked your messages. And so you had to deal with your anxiety and your fear and all that stuff on your own. High Priestess is an Ace of Pentacles. You're getting a reward. You are connected with your sixth sense, your higher wisdom, source creator. You've got great accuracy, and you're laying to rest the false flame. They're not who they say they are. You are identifiable. If they try to put different energy in your vessel, God will know. God walks with you. And these people are in so much freaking trouble for what they did to you. They will never do this again. They will never come in and treat girls and women like this again. They're being laid to rest. They're false flames. No more collaboration with the illusionist, the trickster. They're going silent because they are extremely imbalanced and they're sloppy, mediocre inspirers. There's no exit for them. Because real eyes see the real lies. The illusions have been cracked. They use people, females, only when convenient. It's been dragging on and on and on, where you're stuck in a loop with this jackass siphoning you. Your soul came back on after you gave them everything. This emotional yo-yo, back and forth bullshit, you deserve better. Those people who covered you in the mental scripts and the blame and shame of their own filthy mental projections are getting blocked and blessed. They can't get into your head anymore. They can't ruin your peace anymore. They can't throw in hate and self-hatred and all this other stuff. They can't mess with your receiver anymore. They're not going to be able to project their own mental anguish into you. They're undergoing a reality check right now. The tea is cold, and you're getting up from the table. You're walking away, and they're confused as hell. Well, I'm just going to pull a few of these, I think, and then I'll just close out. Well, self-love, when the whole world is taking big craps on your head, if you love yourself and you can find the divinity within you, it can get you through anything. The most horrid freaking circumstance. No, it's not. It's terrible. So you're flexible. Somebody's hiding their feelings. Justice is occurring. Codependent, those who've been flipping powerful women into South Node and then copycatting them. Whoo. Siphoning their strength to do magic with. Yeah, they're no longer doing tricks. They're not able to do tricks on you anymore. They've got diluted attachments. And you have a heart like a lotus flower. They can't do tricks on you anymore. This magician has diluted attachments. They cannot, no, they're done. This emperor is done. It's too late for this emperor. They have incompleted their mission. They did not succeed. So now they got to go into whatever fire, I guess. They will no longer sit, watch, observe. They will no longer be able to spy on you. You're free of this freaking psycho watcher. stalker, unseen. They fell into a trap. You are protected by the power of the Mother Earth herself. They have failed. This person that married you centuries ago and has been torturing you all this time, they failed. The Mother Earth is protecting you. You're going to get unexpected income. They lost you. And your twin flame, your true twin flame, is giving these people an ultimatum. PDF files, third-party enemies, trashy little soul-sucking whores. Yeah, they're all getting fucked up. They might be mocking you in an attempt to disguise their fear, but that's just too damn bad because they're out of here. I mean, they're going to take each other out. They're going to take themselves out. They're going to destroy their container, their flesh temple, whatever it is, and nobody's going to be able to occupy it again. I don't know. They're trying to take themselves out, but they're not able to die. They can't take flight. They're not taking flight. They can't take your wings. All this time that they've been tormenting people by misusing divination in the competition, it's all going to be done to them now. Everything that they have done to somebody else is going to be done to them. And they've done it to thousands of people over the thousands of years that they've been in practice. The Queen of Cups knows the truth about the crossroads and what the gatekeepers have been backstabbing everybody and then knocking the true graduates down back into page status, using them as trash in the past. Sacral siphoning. You've gained a victory over them and they are going to be distracted, consistently distracted by everything that they did to you. Like there. A spider, and then they're going to run over a guy. Oh no, yeah, they're going to have constant distractions and chaos in their life. Yep. They're not getting what they expected. There's no hope. They don't have connection to your healing frequency anymore. They're getting kicked out of your energy. They're ashamed because they can't hide what you already know. This uninvited guest. They're going to be repeating the cycle. The money worshippers cannot hide. You're getting a reward, a new family, which should be contacting you soon. While you were stranded, you learned what was you and what wasn't you. You learned what thought forms are yours and all of your various attitudes, and what thought forms are being pushed in on you with this stupid tower system that they have constructed around us. So we've got unsent messages. They can't send messages into your mind anymore. You could be receiving a gift. Oh. Because they're not going to survive the storm, and they're not going to take your money. You're getting the gift. There's a commitment, a new family. It's game over for these people, man. They messed up. They're not going to survive the storm. There's this ultimatum. High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, Sixth Sense, discernment. There will be no more using young women to ensnare. PDF files, no more of that. Yeah, they're going to be laid to rest. There's a renewal. This false flame is being cut out. Their delusions, their afflictions, their mental messed up, their deluded attachments. Check it out, man. This is what they've been putting upon the minds of the women and children. And then they've been driving them. I don't know if this is a parasitical attachment. The principalities are like, what, brain worms or something? I don't know. It's like they break into the consciousness and then they start to just, I guess, hemisync. They build bridges and things. I don't know. But anyway, all that is going to be undone. Spirit earlier said that they were going to help Psyche. These guys have done their best to destroy the mind. And so Spirit is going to help Psyche come back together. Like, you've rewritten yourself and all of that stuff, but there's going to be a healing, a better healing, because it's been a real rough road and thousands of years of attempt to destroy your communications device. You're dispelling the illusion. Real eyes see the real lies now. Like, nobody, you can see everything now. You can see the truth. And this is the end of the trickster, phony, illusionists. They're going silent. They're getting kicked out of the organic celestial kingdom and the conscious council house of it. Yeah, white bull, masculine energy, power, power, power coming in. Oh shit, these guys are a new command. We've got new authority, new leadership, strong command, and we got some stuff going here. They are reorganizing stuff around the world. This is an elimination of evil. The phony trickster illusionist that was doing moon magic on everybody, it's backfiring. The black magic is backfiring. So, yeah, it could be you're taking a step back and reflecting that you have cut through the confusion about the injustices, about the immoral, really bad things that's been going on in the courts regarding divinity. Yeah, there's no honor. No soul activation. The way that they've been stealing people's soul activation, wearing it as a false person. Yeah, so you've revealed the truth about that and this backstabbing at the gate and replacing people. They're really upset, but God is, I think, more upset because this has been going on for a very long time. They've been using the power of the woman and child to cast the illusion that they're an emperor that's worthy of shepherding women and children. Right into this false utopia, fueled by their golden soul energy, their inner sun. Well, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. They fell into a trap because the Mother Earth is protecting you and your twin flame is here. You got mass. Oh, and the universe, the other day, so they were told that the universe has control and she is the magistrate. She's connected to Source. And she has 100% accurate information about what's going on. And you know the interesting thing about this is that I don't think that, it's like there's a special detection thing. Like the only thing that ever pops up with an alert is like unjust behavior or injustices, like the zeroing out of a child's soul value. Like those kinds of things are like bling, bling, bling. And she's here to detect that and then bring it up and, do all that. So there's this thing, right? And these nasty ass emperors and these men who've been siphoning the suffering out of this sexual depravity, these deluded attachments have been driving these empty shells, these containers that look like men and women sometimes, because these principalities in the containers, they don't care what the sexuality of the thing is because they're out there sexually harvesting everybody, no matter what body they're in. Anyway, that's where we're at. With all of that, the twin flames are getting together, delivering ultimatums, and things are coming apart with this. In the environment, you got your person about ready to, your new family. It's a whole new family. So it's not just a person. It's like a whole new family. Maybe messaging you soon. High Priestess. High Priestess, your protector. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, that's where we're at. I hope that it clarifies something that you may have already intuitively knew. I really appreciate you all being here. I do hope you have a wonderfully beautiful evening and a safe tomorrow. Although I will be back on here tomorrow. Although maybe not. Oh, thank you for whoever donated. I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah, because I'm gonna be spending some time with my father tomorrow, so I may not get on until tomorrow evening. I wish y'all a really safe and happy celebration. Although, you know, I don't know why anybody would be celebrating, especially with fireworks, man. We got a lot of war and stuff happening right now. Chaos, chaos. All right, everybody. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.